The Galactic Combat Academy's dueling arena had never been quieter. 3,000 spectators from dozens of species held their breath as Zixathera, the legendary Vorthak champion, lay motionless on the crystalline floor. Her 4 arms sprawled. At impossible angles, her chitinous armor cracked and smoking. The electromagnetic field that had protected her for 7 consecutive years flickered and died. Standing over her was Marcus Chen, a human exchange student who had arrived at the academy just 3 months ago. He wasn't even breathing hard. In fact, he was smiling. How? Zixathera wheezed through her breathing apparatus, her compound eyes struggling to focus on the human. The combat computers calculated my victory probability at 94.7%. Marcus extended a hand to help her up, that same infuriating smile never leaving his face. Maybe your computers don't understand humans very well. The crowd erupted. Vorthaks clicked their mandibles in disbelief. The crystalline keepers chimed discordant notes of confusion. Even the stoic Drakmiri delegation shifted uncomfortably in their seats. In the VIP section, Academy Director Qualmos, a being whose species had perfected warfare for millennia, leaned forward with intense interest. This wasn't supposed to happen. Zixathera was undefeated in Academy dueling circuits across 7 star systems. Her neural implants could calculate trajectory paths in nanoseconds. Her reaction time was 0.003 seconds, faster than most species could even perceive movement. She had trained since birth in the ancient Vorthak art of Kethmara, a combat discipline that incorporated mathematics, physics, and lethal precision. Marcus Chen was a first-year student from a species that had only achieved interstellar travel 2 decades ago. His reflexes were average by galactic standards. His strength was unremarkable. He carried no visible weapons or enhancement technology. Yet the duel had lasted exactly 4 seconds. "Replay the sequence," Director Qualmos commanded. The arena's quantum recording system projected a 3-dimensional hologram of the battle. The spectators watched in slow motion as Zixathera launched her opening sequence, a devastating combination that had defeated every opponent she'd ever faced. Her 4 arms moved in perfect synchronization, each wielding a different weapon: plasma blade, neural disruptor, graviton mace, and energy whip. The attack was mathematically perfect. Every angle calculated, every timing precise. No living being should have been able to counter it. Marcus had simply stepped sideways. Not a dodge, not a defensive maneuver taught in any combat manual. Just a casual step, as if he were avoiding a puddle on a sidewalk. Zixathera's entire combination passed harmlessly through empty air. Her momentum carried her forward, off balance for exactly 0.7 seconds. In that moment of vulnerability, Marcus had moved. His counterattack wasn't sophisticated. He'd simply walked up and tapped her on the shoulder with 2 fingers. But he'd done it at the precise moment when Zixathera's nervous system was overcompensating for her missed strikes, when her neural implants were recalculating new attack vectors, when her entire consciousness was focused on regaining equilibrium. The gentle tap had triggered a cascade failure in her balance systems. Zixathera, greatest duelist of her generation, had essentially defeated herself. "Impossible," muttered Professor Kretax, the Academy's chief combat instructor. He had no access to our tactical databases, no knowledge of Vorthak physiology. How could he know exactly when and where to strike? Marcus shrugged as he helped Zixathera to her feet. "I didn't know. I just watched." "Watched what?" "You." Marcus turned to address the entire arena, his voice carrying clearly in the silence. "All of you. You fight like machines. Perfect calculations, flawless techniques, predictable patterns, but fighting isn't about being perfect." Zixathera steadied herself, her pride wounded, but her curiosity overwhelming. "Then what is it about?" "Being human," Marcus said simply. "We're not the strongest or fastest species in the galaxy. We don't have the best technology or the most sophisticated neural implants, but we have something you've all optimized away." "Which is?" "Chaos." Marcus's smile widened. "Beautiful, unpredictable, illogical chaos. While your computers were calculating the perfect counter to your perfect attack, I was thinking about what my little sister would do in this situation. She's 8 years old and completely insane. She would have done something unexpected, something that made no tactical sense whatsoever. He gestured to the arena around them. You've all been training to fight other beings who think like you do. Logical, calculated, systematic. But humans? We're random. We make terrible decisions for emotional reasons. We act on instinct and gut feelings and pure stubbornness. We're beautifully, chaotically unpredictable. Director Qualmos stood up slowly. His species had conquered half the galaxy through superior strategy and overwhelming force. Are you suggesting that illogical behavior is somehow advantageous? I'm suggesting that when everyone expects logic, sometimes the most logical thing to do is be completely illogical. Marcus looked around at the assembled crowd. Your greatest champions are defeated by a casual step sideways and a friendly tap on the shoulder. Why? Because in all your calculations, none of you accounted for the possibility that someone might not take this seriously. The arena fell silent again. Thousands of the galaxy's most sophisticated minds processed this concept. You weren't trying to win, Zixthera said suddenly, understanding flooding her voice. You were just having fun. Exactly. Marcus clapped his hands together. Combat is supposed to be fun, challenging, sure, but fun. The moment you make it all about perfect technique and mathematical precision, you lose the joy of it. And when you lose the joy, you lose the creativity. And when you lose the creativity, he gestured to Zixthera's still sparking armor. Well, you lose. Director Qualmos made a decision that would reshape galactic military doctrine for centuries to come. Mr. Chen, how would you like to become our new combat instructor? Marcus Chen, the human who had defeated the Academy's greatest champion with a smile and a gentle touch, laughed. Sure, but I should probably warn you, I'm going to teach everyone to fight like my little sister. In the crowd, a few beings began to chuckle. Then more joined in. Soon, the entire arena was filled with the sound of dozens of species laughing together, a sound of joy that no computer could calculate or predict. It was beautifully, chaotically human.